Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corner, Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 8 of Let's Go Deeper, Shadow Work. And I am working quite a bit on my shadows, and I hope that one day, I'm mainly doing this for my children, to one day hopefully have them come to an understanding, come to an appreciation, I guess you could say, of how bad it was, how bad I was back then, how sick I was, and that was about 15-20 years ago, and they're now in their mid to late 20s. So they were little. They were like 5 and 8, 5 and 8, or 6 and 9, somewhere in there. And they got to see me at my very worst. I was at a point where I was fighting for my dignity, I guess you could say, from a school district that said, "You're a helicopter mom, you don't deserve to be kind of in our presence," I want to say it was very, what's the word? I want to say narcissistic, where it was like my way or the highway, or you do what I say or you get the hell out. And I've been told that many times by the certain people at the school district. That was years ago. And I've dealt with my shadow work now, 15 years later, to say, no, I'm not going to shut the hell up and get the hell out. I'm not going to do what you want me to do because you can't find it in your budgets to help my child. So I really struggled for a long time with those shadows of inadequacy, rejection, what's the word? Inappropriate behavior behind closed doors. Good girls don't talk back. Good girls go away and shut their mouths. Good girls this, good girls that, and I was not gonna have it. Was not gonna have it. And I fought him back, and we went head to head for years. I mean, almost a decade. And the more that he pushed me away and made me feel small and made me feel inadequate, the more I fought back and said, "You son of a gun, I ain't gonna back down. Not this time. I can't back down. I cannot back down." And so it got ugly. It got real ugly real fast, and we clashed. And he did not like that I pushed back and wouldn't go away and wouldn't shut up and wouldn't be a good girl. And that good girl thing, inadequacy, rejection, abandonment, goes all the way back to my childhood. And I don't blame my parents for giving me those messages, but it does, when I'm doing puppy training, it does remind me, going, how many times am I saying no to this puppy? And no, and stop, and don't, and get off, and all these negative messages that I'm giving this puppy. How many times did I get those negative messages as a kid to say, don't touch, stop that, go away, leave me alone, get out of my way because you're just a pain in my ass. I got those messages from my parents, and I'm not saying that they did anything wrong. That's all they knew from their own childhoods. But I portrayed that onto my own children, and my own children got to see me very ill, very sick, and I want to apologize to my for seeing me in such a state that they didn't understand. They were just little girls. And if ever I gave you the message that you can't or you shouldn't or you don't touch or go away, leave me alone, if I ever gave you those messages, I'm so sorry. And I'm doing these videos, not only for myself, but for my children, that they get the help that they need, or they are able to fight for what they need throughout their lives, and address the trauma that you've endured because of me, and I apologize for that. You saw me at my very worst, my very, very worst. I was mentally sick because I was battling a fight that I didn't understand. And now, 15 years later after the fact, I'm trying desperately to address those shadows and address what I've done to you through the years. And I just wanted to say that I'm sorry, and I hope that one day you can understand that it wasn't you at all. It wasn't anything to do with either of you. I was just going through a firestorm that I didn't understand, and it hurts. It still hurts. And people sit there and say, oh, get over it, get over it. Well, when you have a caregiver background check that says you cannot work with the elderly, the vulnerable, or children, that is very hard to do. It's very hard to get over it. So, sorry. Shadow work isn't easy. It's really hard to identify these feelings, but if you don't identify them, if you don't acknowledge them and integrate them and blend them into your everyday life, they're never going to heal. Sorry, didn't bring your tissue box with me. My nose is running. So the bottom card is Unity. And it says Archangel Sandalphon, and it says traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So, I think that's what I'm searching for right now in life, is like-minded people that can that can help me through my shadows. And the card that I picked for us today was the Moon, and it says Archangel Haniel, and it says important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, reduce fears that hold you back. Reduce fears that hold you back. I like that. And I apologize for getting emotional, but I'm going to get more and more emotional as we go on with this channel, because it's healing. It's healing for me, and I can't do a group like NAMI because I can't work. I mean, NAMI wouldn't even acknowledge me. They barely acknowledge me as a group leader for a peer support group, because of my background check. So my background check really affects me from working with other people, because define vulnerable. We're all vulnerable, um, especially those who have dealt with mental illness. And so this is my channel. This is my way of having a group when there is no group. But I'm hoping that we together can help my children connect, reconnect with me. I don't have to be the bad guy forever. I don't want to be the bad guy forever. And I want them to understand that what they saw back then had nothing to do with them. Nothing. And I'm really working hard to address my trauma, to address my shadow work, and heal those traumas, heal those shadows from long ago, 50 odd years ago. And it's a little puppy named Little Miss Daisy who's helping me. She's helping me get through those areas of trauma, because I'm listening to how I talk to her. And I say, no, bad girl, no, get off, no, stop it, don't go there, don't do this, leave me alone. I'm noticing how much I say that to her as a puppy, and how much that was portrayed on me. And now I'm addressing that to say I want her to have a success. I want her to be successful. I want her to be a therapy dog. I want her to be a support animal. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I give her all these false negatives. Negative this, negative that. She's never going to succeed as a support animal. So, all right. I hope you have a great day, and we will chat with you tomorrow.